Hi, friend. I've heard this statement so many times lately that I just felt like I had to talk about it here on the podcast. And the statement is, Amanda, I know it's old school, but should I have a business card? This question has come up so many times lately, and the answer is most definitely, absolutely yes. A business card is single-handedly the best piece of marketing you can have for yourself. This is because the number one source of students who come to your class or sign up for your workshop is word of mouth. And this is where your business card can really come in. In this episode, I'm going to share what to include on a business card, my go-to resources for printing those business cards and designing, and how you can use a business card to market your business. But first, I want to welcome you to the Marketing Yoga with Confidence podcast. I'm your host, Amanda McKinney, and I absolutely love, sharing quick, simple marketing tactics with you so you can grow your business. And that's exactly what I do on this podcast and in my membership for yoga teachers. So if this sounds like your cup of tea or coffee, if you're like me, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button so you can receive the weekly episodes automatically downloaded to your phone. And if you're enjoying this podcast, I would love for you to leave a review because this is how other yoga teachers can find this podcast. So if it helps you, I would love for it to help other yoga teachers. So leave a review and share the love. And this episode is brought to you by my free download for this topic. I've got tips and resources outlined for you. So if you're listening in the car or as you're taking a walk, you don't have to worry about taking notes. Just make sure to go to the website I'm about to read off to you and grab that download. It's marketingyogawithconfidence.com/learn. But I won't make you wait any longer, so let's jump right in and talk about those business cards. First up, I want to talk about why to even have a business card. I know it seems old school, but really this is such a great way for you to market your business. And the reason that it's so impactful for a business card to grow your business is because let's go back to that idea that the number one source of people coming to your class or signing up for your workshop is word of mouth. There isn't a yoga teacher that I've worked with yet that hasn't said word of mouth is how they gain private clients or people coming to class. And it's because we need to invite people to the party. You've heard me say that before, and you'll hear me say it again, that we need to be out inviting people to the party because you have something so amazing to share with them. You just have to get them in your class or in your private sessions with you or whatever your online offering is or in-person offering is. It doesn't matter. You want to invite people to this party. So a business card is a great way to do that when you're walking around town in that coffee shop at a networking event, whether it's a formal networking event or you just bump into someone, that is networking. And when you have a business card, it is the easiest thing to hand someone and it doesn't feel like a salesy thing. Think about the last time someone handed you a business card versus the last time someone handed you a brochure of some sort. Most likely, you took the business card and you either thought, oh, it's a really pretty business card, or you put it in your bag and thought about it later. But if you get a brochure, if you're handed something that has a lot more marketing material on it, meaning like there's a lot more copy, you more than likely didn't read it all anyway. So you probably put it in your bag intending to look at it later and you didn't really read it, you just threw it away. But business cards, it's really quick. It's short information. We live in a world that is a microwave society versus an oven society. We want things fast and short. So a business card is the perfect way to market your business in person. You obviously need to be in person to give someone a business card, but even if your business is online, even if you take clients and have private sessions online, you can still use a business card in the real world. You can still hand that out. And most likely you're going to go to networking events of some sort. So maybe you go to a conference, maybe you are at a yoga teacher training, whatever it is. This is a way for you to stay connected with people after you've walked away from them. So even if your offerings are online, I don't want you to shy away from the idea of a business card. And plus, they're really fun and they make you feel legit. That's the true thing about a business card. Most yoga teachers, Once I tell them and we talk about how you are a business owner, they think, oh, should I have a business card? And my answer is always yes, because as soon as you get those business cards in the mail, you feel like a business owner. So, as silly as it might sound, it makes you feel like a legit business owner, and that's what I want you to feel like. So, let's have fun, make this a fun thing, and now we can talk about what to include on that business card. But trust me, no matter what kind of yoga business you have, I want you to have a business card for sure. So now that you're sold on having a business card, you're probably thinking, what should I include on it? And I've got you covered. I've got you absolutely covered. And the first thing I want you to know about a business card is that I absolutely 100% want it to be double-sided. I want you to think about the last time you received a business card. And I bet you can remember flipping it over. That is because we do this as human beings. It's just something that we look at the other side of things, and I don't want you to waste that space. What I want you to do is think about how you can utilize that space to capture someone else's attention. And I have examples of side 1 and side 2 of a business card in the freebie that I have for this episode. So I want you to go to the show notes page, which is marketingyogawithconfidence.com/podcast. Find this episode and download the business card template. There's a guide that comes with examples. It has visual examples of business cards and also all of the resources that I'm mentioning in this podcast episode today. So now that you know it needs to be double-sided, I'm going to cover both sides 1 and 2. In the first side, I want you to remember you want all of the critical information to be on one side. On the second side, it's going to be the fun. That's going to be your personality. That's going to be a little bit design. But on one side, you're going to have a few things, which is the critical pieces of information you want to have on a business card. First up, you want to have your name. I know it seems silly, but we do need to have our name on there. So if you have a business name that is not your name, say it's Yoga by Amanda instead of Amanda McKinney, what I would want you to have is Yoga by Amanda at the top. It's kind of bigger, but you also want to have your personal name. So I would have Amanda McKinney under the business name, and then you would have your title. So this could be yoga teacher, but I would really encourage you to have something more specific. So you know I like everyone to niche down, and if you already know your niche, then this is going to be simple for you. If you're not sure what your niche is, then maybe you just go with yoga teacher. But I want to encourage you to start thinking about this as you see other people's business cards and as you start the process of niching down in your own business. So maybe you have yoga teacher, but maybe you have private yoga teacher if you really want to focus on growing your private client business. That's a great way to distinguish yourself as a private yoga teacher. Or maybe you work with children's yoga, so you would say children's yoga teacher. Or if you specialize in back health, you could say back health yoga teacher. Or pelvic health yoga specialist if pelvic health is your area of expertise. See how you can get really specific with your niche, and as soon as someone gets that card, they know exactly what you do. Or if they don't know, they'll ask because now they know what to ask. So now you've opened up the area of a conversation, which is fantastic for in-person conversations. Then you will want to share some way that they can contact you. So for this, I don't want you to feel like you have to put your personal phone number on your business card. Most people assume that you do, but I want you to know if that is not how you communicate with your private clients or with your students in general, you do not have to have your phone number on a business card. So maybe it's just your email address. That's all I have on mine. I do not give my personal phone number out to any student of mine because that is a boundary that I have put in place for my business. So all I have on mine is an email address, and you could do the exact same. The key here is that you want to pick the mode of communication that you want to have with your students. So whatever you put on the card, you need to expect people to use that to communicate with you. So if that's a phone number, go for it. Feel free to do that if that is okay with you. Maybe you have a separate business phone, or maybe you're totally fine leaving your personal phone on your business card. That is absolutely okay. But if you have that boundary, just know that it doesn't have to be a phone number. It can be an email address or another mode of communication. And the other piece of information that you want to have on that first side is where to go to get more information. Here's the thing. I hope that you eventually have a website if you don't have one right now. And a website would be the ideal thing to list on your business card. So you would have your website link included on your business card. If you're not there yet, what you can do is set up a business Facebook page and have information there. What you're going to want to have on this information page, whether it's your website or a Facebook page, you want to have your schedule because most likely you are handing this business card out to someone in the local community and inviting them to a class that's open to the public, or you're asking for private clients, or even if you have online offerings, you probably have an online schedule or a way of booking with you. What you want is for the person to get this business card and be able to take an action. So of course they can contact you, but you also want them to be able to find more information. This is where you want to drive them to your website or your Facebook page, because there they can learn more about you and start to get more curious. Figure out a little bit more about you, see if they want to work with you. Maybe they want to attend a class in a public place first, and then maybe think about working with you in a private one-on-one session. The key is you want to give them a place to go to find more information about you and how they can work with you. So on that first side of a business card, you want to have your name, your title, contact information, and where to get more information. And again, you can go to the show notes page of this episode and download the free guide that has examples of this. And on side number 2, you want to have a little bit more fun on this side. So this is the side that can have a big design on it, or you can have a tagline. You can really hone in on your niche, or you can share a picture of yourself. So some ideas of a tagline or showcasing your niche on the back of a card is maybe you have yoga for back health. Maybe that's your tagline. Or maybe you have something more like a statement. Maybe something like, I help couples connect through yoga, if you're a couples private yoga teacher. Or maybe you want to have a little bit of fun with the idea of meditation. So you just say, meditation is my jam. And I think that would showcase a side of your personality if that sounds like you. I've also seen one that's very, very simple, and it was really impactful when I saw it. And the only thing it said on the back with a little bit of design and color was, let's practice. I thought that was really great. So you can have some fun with the design on the front and the back, or side 1, side 2, whatever we want to call it. But what you want to do on that second side is show a little bit more of your personality. So maybe it's your face or a picture of you, being in a yoga pose, or maybe you have a statement, like I said, but you want to have something that's going to capture some attention and showcase your personality a little bit more, because a business card can only do that so much. On the other side, it's the critical pieces of information, right? So it's probably a very clean design so everyone can read it. But on the other side, you want to have just a little bit more fun to showcase more about how you are different than the next person that's giving them a business card. So I was just talking about design, and I want to dig in just a little bit more on the design. And the biggest piece of advice that I can give you is to keep it simple. The more you try to put more information on this card and fill it up, the more complicated it's going to get. If you choose a design that has a lot going on, it's just going to feel overwhelming. So what I want you to do is to keep it very, very simple and do yourself a favor and use some templates. I'm going to give some resources in just a moment, but if you can use a template, it's going to make things much easier. And remember this key, that dark text on a light background is way easier to read. So on the first side, where there is that critical information of your name, title, contact information, and your way to get more information, I want it to be white. And then you can put your color, your brand color, using that text, or maybe you use just black text for your text on that side 1, because you want it to be easy to read. If they can't read it, it's impossible to make an impact with your business card because then you're just going to confuse people. And if they can't read the URL, they can't go to your website. If they can't read your name, they don't know what to Google. These are the things you want to keep in mind, is to keep it simple and to make sure it's easy to read. The next thing to do is to know what your brand colors are. And if you're sitting there saying, Amanda, I don't even know where to start with brand colors, I've got a great resource for you. And I want you to pick one or two colors. There's an option to pick so many, and I don't want you to go down that rabbit trail. I want you to pick predominantly one or two colors that you want to have included in your brand. You can have a few complementary colors if you'd like. And the resource I'm going to give you, which is on Canva, and if you search Canva Brand Color Generator, again, this is in the freebie that I have for this episode, so find it on the show notes page for this episode, and you'll get this link specifically. But if you search Canva Brand Color Generator, you'll get the link. And it will actually generate, I believe, 4 or 5 colors for you, but you'll want to pick one that's the predominant color. So if you go to my website or look on any of my social media platforms, you'll notice that pink is the color that pops out on everything. But I do have a few other colors that are complementary to that color that I can use in other places. But predominantly, I use white and pink. And it's a very specific pink. So Canva will help you in grabbing the very specific number code for the color. So then everything can be consistent. Your website can be consistent with your business cards. And you can also use that on social media and your website and all the other places that you might have. You might have flyers and you want to use that same color. But back to that business card, there's 2 options for design templates and printing. So you can use Canva. Yet again, this is another free resource. And if you search Canva Business Card Yoga, you will find several templates for yoga business cards. It's a pretty amazing resource. There's several templates here. And that is a place where you can grab the template. You can change some things, including the colors, of course. Obviously, change your name. You can move things around. There's a lot of options with what you can do on Canva. And then you can actually print through that resource as well. The other resource I have for you is Moo, M-O-O. And if you search Moo Business Card Yoga, you will receive a few templates as well. There's not as many yoga-related templates on Moo, but it's a really great resource. This is an amazing resource for business cards and other printing as well. So it's a little higher quality on the paper than you can get through Canva, but it's also a little pricier, not too much. Again, I've got all the information you can ever want in the freebie for this episode. So I've got some pricing in there as well as design examples and all of these links. But before I jump into the printing, I thought I'd share a few things what not to do on business cards because that's just as important as to what to include or what to do with business cards. And what I don't want you to do is go with any size that's larger than a traditional business card size. Sometimes you can use the square option and that's okay. I've seen that used and it does get people's attention. But what you want to do is stay within that traditional size because if you go any bigger, then you might as well do a postcard or something like that, and it's more like a flyer. What I want you to do is stick with the traditional size for the business card and don't go crazy. Have fun with the design, but not with the size. And by all means, you want to make sure the print is legible. So you don't want to go too small. You don't want to put too much information on the card. You want to make it easy to read. And remember that light text on a dark background is not good. You want to have that light background and dark text. So just trust me on that. Go with a white business card on one side with dark text because it's nearly impossible to read it the other way. Even though it looks cool on your computer screen, when it prints, it's just not as easy on the eyes. And you don't want to miss out on any of that critical information. I've seen a lot of business cards that don't have contact information or don't list a website or a Facebook page. And I don't want this to stop you from printing a business card, but make it simple on yourself. If you don't have a website, go ahead and put a Facebook page together for your business and have the information there. You want to give someone a link to have more information, because otherwise they're going to be taking some guesses and they're going to Google you, and you want to have somewhere for them to go because they're curious about you. So make sure that you have somewhere for them to land online. And I haven't seen this often, but I don't want anyone to get the idea. There have been a few times I've seen the idea of a mystery business card where someone tries to get really creative with a business card, and it's kind of like go find the information online, and it's just kind of a blank card with a URL, and you have to figure out what's going to be on that website based on just going to that link. Don't do that. Just don't do that. It's way easier to have your name, all the critical information on the business card, and let them enjoy going to your website when they know what they're going to receive there. Don't make the mystery card. It's kind of weird, and you can have fun with other marketing materials, but keep your business card to a more traditional idea of having your information already on the card. So once you're ready to print, I want you to do a few things for me. And the first thing is I want someone else to proof your business card. I say this because I have printed business cards with mistakes on them. And I have one more tip on that. But before you hit the print button, I want you to have someone else look at it. You might be nervous, and I totally understand that. But make sure to share this with someone, with another yoga teacher, with a spouse, with a friend. Just have another pair of eyes on your business card because you might forget something or you might spell something wrong. So just make sure that you do that and copy and paste. So inside whatever template you're using, copy and paste the URL and then test that out because maybe you missed a letter or something like that. But I want you to copy and paste so that you can make sure that your URL works. And the biggest advice I can give you before you hit that print button is to only print 50 of your business card the first time around. You're going to be so excited. You're going to want to print so many more, but please learn from my mistake and only print 50. Because the thing is you're most likely going to get the card in the mail, give them out, and realize you want to change something. And if you've already ordered 250 business cards, you're going to have to wait or you'll have to spend more money right away. So print 50. Just promise me the next time you can totally order more, but the first time around, only order 50. And like I said, you can print directly from Canva or Moo, and all of the print information, I have suggestions on paper, and obviously the quantity being 50. I also talk about rounded edges versus corner edges. I talk about a lot of things in this freebie, so you'll want to make sure to get that download for sure. And then when they arrive in the mail, I want you to celebrate the heck out of having business cards. And I want you to have so much fun with it. I want you to take a picture and tag me on Instagram stories and share it with me, share it with other people, and give away those 50 as fast as you can. And speaking of giving away those business cards, I have a few tips on how you can give them away. So first of all, you need to always have some with you. Just don't leave home without them. Think about it like having your phone with you or having your keys to your car. These are the things you want to have with you. You just never know who you're going to run into and when you're going to want business cards. And one of those ways is with your students in class. Maybe they come up to you after class and say, "Oh my gosh, that was such a great class," or "I need to bring my friend next time," or "I just love the days I come to your class." This is a perfect way that you can just say thank you so much and then hand them a business card and encourage them to bring others and say, "You know what? I just got these business cards," because everyone's excited to celebrate, and say, "I just got my business cards. I would love for you to hand out a few," or "This is a great way for you to invite your friend if you'd like to. Would you like some?" And just give them some. And they're going to be really excited about your business card. So it's another way to just have a moment with one of your students. And then we've got the strangers, right? The people who are potential students of yours that you bump into, you start talking with at a local coffee shop or business or networking events. It doesn't matter where you are, but you'll get the question, "What do you do?" And at that point, that is a wonderful place for you to hand a business card out. You can say, "I'm a private yoga teacher that works with," insert whatever your specialty is. Or you can say that you have classes all over town and that you specialize in power yoga or whatever it is. What I want you to do is have your business cards on hand for that question, what do you do? And then here's a great way to share your schedule. So the next time that someone asks you where you're teaching, here's an idea for you. If you have the room on your business card, which I hope you do, because there should be some white space on the critical side, the side that has all your information, what you can do in that white space on your card is actually write information. So maybe you take your business card and the person is interested in a restorative class and you have one every Tuesday night. And so on your business card, you could write Tuesdays, 6 p.m., and you write the yoga studio. This is a great way to promote a specific class, and you can just write that on there, and then they have it. And you've done something special to them, and you can also obviously include that on the link in your website or your Facebook page, whatever that's taking them to more information, but writing it on there is a pretty cool way too. Having a business card is a great way to promote your niche. And if you're ready, of course, if you're ready to declare your niche, then I want you to put it on the card. I want you to go ahead and say what you want to do. Put it out into the world on your business card. I promise you it's going to feel super official. I have several yoga teachers in my membership and those who I've coached personally, when they order the business cards that say private yoga teacher, it changes everything in their business. Or maybe they say pelvic health yoga teacher or whatever their specialty is. When you can get really clear on that and you put it on a card, there's just some magic that happens and I want you to experience it. And then I want you to think about all the ways that you can use this as you're walking around town and you have them in your bag or your pocket. So you can attach it to bulletin boards. There are places around town that you see them. So why not put your business card up there? Or maybe you're in a local business that your dream student goes into once a week. So maybe it's the library, or maybe it's a business, a boutique, or some type of coffee shop, or any type of local business. I want you to go up and talk to the owner or the manager and see if you can leave some business cards with them. This just might open up the door to have a great conversation about possible collaboration. So you never know where those conversations are going to lead, but it's a great way to start them for sure. And there might be other places to put your business card that I'm not even thinking about right now. So maybe you leave some on a coffee table in a hotel lobby. Yeah, sure, someone might take them away and toss them at some point, but you never know who's going to see that business card before they're taken away. And you want to respect every business, so be respectful wherever you are. Don't just leave them lying around where you don't have permission or you think it's inappropriate. But if you see an opportunity, I want you to seize it. Sometimes we're just too nervous, and I want you to push through the nerves. As long as you're being respectful of the business, the local business, or wherever you are, then leave some business cards and see what happens. You just never know who you can impact. So your next best step is to design and print your business cards. I don't want you to overthink this. I already gave you all the information. Even if you don't know what your niche is yet, that's not an excuse. You have a way you can put yoga teacher and you can have a Facebook page for your business, even if you don't have a website. You have no excuses to not have a business card now. So what I want you to do is remember that you're only ordering 50. So let's go through this, and I want you to download the freebie and order your business cards today. And then when they come in the mail, I want you to promise me that you will tag me in an Instagram story so I can celebrate with you, because I would love to see your business cards. That would be so much fun for me. And it's going to be fun for you to celebrate. So enjoy designing and printing your business cards. And until next time, give yourself permission to order those business cards and grace along the way. Talk to you soon.